Hello and welcome to another video from oorail Rail. This video is the second part of our Lima Class 42 project. If you haven't watched the first video, you should be able to find it by searching for Lima Class 42 on our channel. So what we have here is essentially a Lima Class 42. It's one we picked up on eBay for about just under $20, and it runs pretty well, but it was basically someone's botched attempt at repainting it. So we went ahead and tried to put it into a more suitable kind of livery for our layout, and we're also going to rename and renumber it. So what we did in the first part was just going to introduce you to the project, and so in this video we're going to show you what we did in terms of painting it. So we used the Humbrol Rail Colour Paints. This is their acrylic line, and so this is Warship 411, which is supposed to be a pretty close match for BR Blue. And we also used the Rail Colour 407, which is the BR warning panels, yellow. And so we used a pretty basic paintbrush. If you do have problems with brush lines, you might want to use a bigger, softer brush, but for what we were doing, this relatively cheap paintbrush worked just fine. So it's pretty straightforward. With the paintbrush, you simply dip it in the paint. What we did was we did the full yellow ends first. So we started just kind of underneath the lines and brushed it down, and then on the sides here we started at the roof and brushed it down as well. And you just have to be careful not to leave any kind of thick residue of paint anywhere. You want to get it as evenly and as thinly lined as you possibly can. You let the first coat dry, and then you go ahead and put on the second coat. We did the yellow ends first, just because the blue, if we did the blue first, putting the yellow over it might make it a little harder. Might need some extra coats. So we figured putting the yellow on first, if we went over a little bit, the blue would mask it up pretty quickly and with less paint. So aside from doing the body shell itself, we also did the chassis here. So you can see we painted here along the sides and over here as well. Now, so don't worry too much if you kind of don't do it perfectly. Here you can see the yellow and the blue isn't exactly a completely smooth line. In an upcoming video we're going to go ahead and weather these, so any kind of little mistakes that are dire or just imperfections, you'll be able to mask them with the weathering and the washes and so on. So what we'll do is show you some close-ups of what we did. One of the things I said in the first video was that we were going to cut out the space for the head coats. So we did that. If I turn this around here, we did that here on the front, but the chassis itself, or the body shell, is really brittle, so we decided not to do it on the other end and instead just paint it over it. So what we're going to do is we'll use one method for attaching the head coats here, and then we'll go ahead with our plan for the illuminated head coats on the other end. That also simplifies the wiring a little bit, and since we're only going to probably run it in one direction anyway, it's not really going to be too big of a deal. So you can see there, we got most of the imperfections out of the body shell. You can see there's a few bumps. Unfortunately, that was even though with sanding didn't quite get them all out. But again, we can mask those with some weathering powders and so on. But overall, it did turn out pretty nicely. Okay, so that's a wrap for part 2. And next part we'll probably either do the weathering or add the lighting. So over the next couple weeks we'll get this project wrapped up and hopefully show you the end results on the layout in the near future. Hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.